How should I start this one?
Just straight up, A24 is overrated. Let's talk about it.
A24, yes, I think this is true. It's overrated. If you're creative, if you have any creative inclination, it's almost as if you're supposed to like A24 because it's edgy, because it looks pretty. But is it actually good? Do they make good movies? That's what we're talking about today. What do you guys think? Do they make good movies?
Yes, but also no.
Do they make bad movies?
The ones I've seen have all been pretty good. I feel like I have not went to watch some of them because I'm just like, no thanks.
No
but
thanks.
What are some of the good movies? Let's start with the good.
Sure.
A
also,
really
wait,
good one.
real quick too.
All right, yeah.
Taylor's not here today.
Oh, yeah,
she,
we do need to mention
she
that.
couldn't make it last minute because she's on a shoot. So
She had
we
a shoot
said,
attend that she misplanned, but that's fine.
so
It happens
but
to the
also-
best of us.
And
We
we
love you,
said
Taylor.
we were gonna actually do a different topic today, which we'll save for next week. So make sure to hit subscribe.
But this is one that I've wanted to do for
Niles.
a long time because my hot take is that, yes, A24 is overrated. They make good movies, but they make also a lot of movies that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
That tank, that some that I think are bad. Bad for me, Lighthouse.
This is
You thought that was bad?
I did not like Lighthouse.
I love the experimental attempt for that film.
Right. So, but is that what? So it is. But is that what makes a good movie? Right. Like, is it like, oh, they took a risk experimentally, or is it like a really good story? Because for me, Lighthouse was visually wild, but in terms of the story, I was like, this. I could not have cared less about that story. If that makes sense. Contrast with like a mid-90s. Mid-90s is such a good movie. I love mid-90s. Honestly, what it is, I think, as I'm thinking about this, A24 coming-of-age stories, coming-of-age
really
movies,
good.
very
they're
good.
really good. They're very
Lady
good.
Bird is so good. I loved Lady
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
So
what else
good.
is there. I'm gonna
I
go
think
this
what
list.
A20.
No, go.
Yeah, I was thinking what they do though is they give directors that have an idea for probably an edgier piece, and they have like a house now that they can do their art under, and I feel like that's when movies hit good. A24 has basically been like, the pathway for them to do their film, and some of those films hit and some of them don't. So I do think A24 is sick in the fact that they give people with ideas like a Jonah Hill who made mid-90s, and I obviously
All
loved
shot
it.
on 16. So cool.
Yeah, and just like a really, like, I don't think he cared if that movie sold. I think he wanted to make that movie. I listened to a few podcasts after it, but it was like he just wanted to make that for himself. That was such a passionate
And I
project
feel
because
like-
that's
and
how
I
he felt a lot of those
I
feelings.
feel like a lot of
Yeah.
directors on this list of A24 films kind of had that same approach. I have a story. I just want to make this, and A24
That like
is
no
giving
other
me-
studio will
Yeah,
take because
like,
it's probably not going to be a box office.
I'm not gonna
slam
watch.
bam.
I'm not gonna watch X, but that thing is insane. That's one of the most recent films.
I feel like the Green Knight was overhyped. I never saw it.
Yeah, Green Knight was
that what it's called, right?
overhyped.
The Green Knight was so pretty. Like
It
the
was
first
very
30
pretty,
minutes,
but
you're
yeah.
like, this movie is going to be insane, and then
Yeah.
literally nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah.
And then
It was
just
all
over.
hype.
But it's
I was
visually,
hyped, yeah.
it's visually stunning.
Yeah.
It is like a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
So some
But
of
at
my
the end, you're kind of like,
yeah, you kind of just like whatever.
Like, what?
So some of my favorite films that I've watched from A24 is The Enemy. I really liked Ex Machina.
yes. Ex Machina has like a cult following too. Like
Yes, it
people,
does. It
like that
does.
movie like shook people, which I thought was like
that was such a good film. I like
Right.
some of the most of the sci-fi stuff I watched coming from them, or the weird stuff. I haven't
Right.
seen is it called The Lamb? Is it called The Lamb? The one
yes,
with the
it's The Lamb. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't
though.
seen that yet. I don't know about that yet. I don't know about that one.
I think when like a film, so they're a film distribution house, technically, is that
Right. I just kind of call them a studio. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's
A
studio,
essentially
okay.
like,
Yeah,
like
of course.
3 guys in 2012 founded it. This is all just all on Wikipedia. You can find this. Their names are Daniel Katz, David Finkel, and John Hodges. Probably butchering some of those names. But
Butchered.
from New York?
yeah, from New York, classic.
Already has that
you
cool,
know,
cool factor. Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
cool factor. Already hustling, grinding. The New York City,
Yeah.
they don't sleep. The city doesn't sleep. It's the whole thing, But yeah, I feel like I have a lot of respect for the studio because it's like they're small and they're punching above their weight in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like they did Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Adam
get to that.
Sandler.
That's by far my favorite A24 film, and I love
Really?
mid-90s.
Really? Okay.
Dude, Uncut Gems. Cue the meme clip right now.
I mean, I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Gems.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like things like
Right.
that. Uncut Gems.
Right.
Uncut Jams was so freaking good, dude. It was
Right.
so good. And I think I was gonna say before this though, any like film studio that starts to sell merch, is like hyped. It's
true.
hyped at that
But
point.
I bought into
merch.
the A24
Bro,
merch.
I know because
love
it's
that
kind
stuff.
of this like it's the cool. They're the cool kid. They're the
Yeah,
cool
the cool
kid
kid
in
on the
this
block.
Yes.
in this industry, and it's like
Which might be the impetus of my hate, or not my hate, but my like my
Really?
resistance is that like
I was
is that
never. We were
because
never the
it's
cool
supposed-
kids.
We were
Isn't that
never
supposed to
really
be
the cool
us?
kids.
Isn't that supposed to be us with Saint 16 with our?
We're not cool. We're just doing our thing.
We're not cool,
hopefully.
dude. Yeah, I'm not walking around
This is-
saying like
No,
I'm
that's
cool.
a bull. That's a
Bro,
bull.
we're dads. We're a bunch of dads. Okay, I mean
What a
they
cool
make
It's like,
dad.
you know
sense,
what
but-
isn't cool? You know what isn't cool? Like Marvel. Like Marvel isn't like
trash.
cool. It's
It's
just
trash.
like entertaining or nerdy. Like
Yeah.
you
And also
you're
it's
not
either
even
nerd
cool.
I'm sorry.
or you're like so entertaining.
Marvel's not entertaining anymore for me. It's not. It's just so
Yeah, I
caught
don't
up
like-
in it.
yeah.
It's
No,
so caught up in
it's
There are like 2 Marvel movies that I've liked, and Taika Waititi, I think is how you say
yeah,
his name.
yeah,
He
mhm.
did Thor
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok
and I
was
thought that
fun.
one was the most entertaining
Yeah.
Marvel movie because there was like humor
Yeah.
and action.
Yeah.
And then I liked Endgame just because it ended bad. I was like, oh,
Exactly.
what do you know? Like, they
Yeah.
didn't just all appear and everything worked out
Yeah,
fine. Like
yeah.
Marvel to me was the most predictable like BS ever. So
yeah.
those are the only 2 Marvel.
It tried to
whatever.
question like, oh, is this person going to? Of course they're going to be alive. But until Endgame happened, it was like, okay, good. They kind of killed off somebody.
I'm probably butchering his name. Taika needs to do an A24 movie.
But I feel like he's a one-trick wonder.
No, dude, he's got a Call of the Wilder People. That's such a good. I mean, I love like dark, dry humor. I think it's
Right,
something
but,
the
like,
Wilder People.
But like, I feel like Ragnarok was his peak Marvel film. After that, with Love and Thunder, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's the same film, or it's gotten
Dude, what about
worse.
Jojo Rabbit? Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo
is
Rabbit was great.
Hilarious.
Jojo Rabbit was great. Yeah.
What comes from his brain is honestly impressive
Mm-hmm,
to me. like Jojo Rabbit was so good. Yeah, and I guess Call of the Wilder People. What's it called? Hunt for the Wilder People. That's what it
I
is.
haven't
That's
seen
what
that
it is.
film. I haven't seen that film. Did you
So
guys see?
I love like dry humor.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I
like,
gotta
to
give it-
me like yeah.
Yeah.
I got to give another shout out to 8th Grade. Loved that movie.
Oh,
Bo Burnham
my
directed
gosh.
that.
And Bo Burnham?
Eighth
I haven't
Grade,
seen
Oh,
that
a little
one.
YouTube love.
Yeah.
I
That was
remember
really
Wait,
good.
did y'all
watching.
see?
Sorry, go.
Oh no, did y'all see the last Black Man from San Francisco?
Yes, amazing.
So
I
good.
want to. I've been meaning.
Amazing.
Bro, you got to put that on your list. It's so good.
The score to that movie,
Yes.
I will edit to like that to that album.
Absolutely, that's
that
probably
movie
the
is
top. That's
so
top.
good.
Yeah, that and the Farewell. That because Farewell hit close to home for me. So that was
Right.
like an emotional attachment there.
Moonlight to me was one of like the most powerful movies I had seen.
I have
around
not
that, like,
seen
late-
Moonlight.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so good. See,
Yeah.
like, and that's the thing about A24 is like their hits to me are like emotional home runs,
Mm-hmm.
and then they take creative risks. They do more dramatic, like more dark, not dark, just like there's more depth to their movies than like a Marvel or a big studio. Like
To me,
Yeah.
there's
I
no
don't
like
know, like
special
Fox or
effects.
something.
It's no
Which I
special
love,
effects.
like-
It's like the indie film that is.
Yes.
at
It's like
the
an indie
high.
film that can still make money, which is like for us like ultimate hope. But I think for me, it's just become like everyone loves A24. And I started
Right.
watching some of these movies being like, oh, some don't always hit. And everyone just like worships at the altar of A24. So now I don't
But,
like it. Yeah.
but
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
I feel like if you're even deeper into like a film buff or you're
Right.
super into movies, you like the even more obscure ones for other reasons.
Like Lighthouse.
I definitely, I can definitely see myself liking all the popular A24 films because I'm like, they're just more like palpable.
Right.
So,
and
I
it
don't know.
does creatively feel more attainable. Like it's a really, really good idea with like probably a $2 to $5 million budget, which I don't know that much about big movie budgets, but I know that's
I feel like that's
low.
that's pretty low.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty low.
But
I
like,
think.
but a lot of those movies, like you don't need a lot of budget. Like you're not doing a lot
But
of
if you're not-
CGI.
yeah, you're not
You're
blowing
not doing like
cars up.
big car chase. Yeah,
Now
you're
I'm,
not doing big car
sure,
chase
but I'm
scenes.
sure like Lamb or like all the heavy CGI films have a much larger.
That's true.
Much larger
I
budget.
think I never saw Midsummer. Did you guys see
Oh
Midsummer?
my gosh.
Midsommer.
Oh,
I saw the
See,
I
visuals.
try
Midsommar,
not.
dude.
I try
Yeah,
not to
dude.
say that.
I
I've
saw
been
the visuals
scarred.
for it.
I was scarred when I watched that film. It's so graphic. It's
Okay.
so. It's
I
just
haven't
so.
seen it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I skipped a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
I feel like horror movies to me are tough. Like Jordan Peele, like I want to see. I think he has a movie coming out called
No,
Nope.
it says no.
And it
Can we,
looks-
wait. Can we watch that when we all get together? Because it comes out
It
the same.
looks
It comes out that week.
crazy.
Yeah.
We probably
But,
won't
like,
have time
dude,
to watch horror movies.
Dude, I'm such a little baby.
But
dude,
his-
when it comes to horror movies. I'm
his
such a little
horror-
baby. I get so scared. I get
his
so scared. I'm
horror
like,
films-
I'm out.
His horror films are more like jump scary type thing or suspense type thing. It's not gory. Well,
It's
I
not
hope-
demonic.
It's
yeah.
not demonic
It's
type
like-
stuff. It's just like
Yeah,
feels
all the
more out
of
demon
the-
stuff is a big hell.
Yeah,
no.
it's
That's
a no for
slam
me.
the door, walk
yeah,
out.
that's
not
that's a no for
chance.
me. Yeah, it's
Not
not.
into
Yeah.
that.
And yeah, Nope is not a part of A24.
No.
Jordan Peele's doing his own thing, but you know, we're talking about movies today that are
Okay,
that are trendy.
I have a question.
hot take.
Hot take. Here it comes. No, this is more of a speculation. If A24 had to produce and make the next Fast and the Furious movie,
Oh my gosh.
what would it look like? Or like who would be
Oh
in
my
it?
gosh. Who would be in
Who
it?
would be in it?
Oh,
Who would
I guess
be
the
in
same.
it?
Okay,
I mean,
same
same
cast.
cast,
Just what's the
yeah.
overall vibe? How would they approach it?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
first of all, they probably would say no, but
Yeah, they would
Right.
say
Yeah,
a hard
yeah.
no.
I have
They-
no idea.
I have
mean,
no
it's honestly
idea.
hard. It's hard to peg down A24
Family.
for like a family.
it would be like vintage. It would be vintage stuff. I feel like they would find like
The origin of the
Cool, vintage-
origin, right?
the origin of the origin, where it was like
or they would like go back
Fast
to all
9.
them being kids, and they would recast. They're
Well,
all
they would
kids.
actually
Yeah.
they would actually explore Dom's. You know how this last film it tried to explore like Dom had a
Dom's
brother
dad.
and all that.
I
and
don't-
his
yeah,
dad,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, they would
Fast
probably
9,
go. They'll
yeah.
probably do. Yeah, they'll probably do Dom's dad and Dom or something like that.
So when Dom's dad crashed this car at that racetrack,
at
that
the
was like a
racetrack.
vintage. They shot that back in
Yeah.
like it looked like the 70s or whatever, and that
Yeah.
was sick.
I don't
But
like
imagine if that was
the
like
casting in that film was terrible for John Cena, for a young John Cena.
his
The
brother.
dude was like Latino, and then John Cena's white. I'm like,
I know. I saw that too.
Yeah, you're not
Okay,
you're not
also-
fooling anybody. You're not fooling
Big-
anybody.
Big fan of the Fast series, but I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be a lot more tripod, kind of just stick shots, a lot more compositions. I feel like A24, but
Ben's-
Uncut
yeah.
Gems, I guess, was super, like they moved the camera so much in that movie.
Yeah.
I watched Uncut Gems on a plane, and I
need
thought
to
I was
watch
gonna have
this.
a freaking heart attack.
I need to watch.
Like
Uncut
it was
Gems
just
now.
like like everyone's yelling at each other. Everything's so loud. I'm sitting on a
so-
plane. The plane has turbulence, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die
gonna
if I
puke.
keep watching this.
puke and die.
There's a
That's what you're
handful.
gonna
Of,
do.
Yeah.
There's a handful of movies that if someone doesn't know, like I feel like the East Coast or how New York kind of can feel, and I've been there a handful of times. But that movie I felt like you're just thrown into the middle of New York into like a conversation where it feels like they're arguing, but that's just how they talk.
How they talk,
That's their
yeah.
cadence. It's just
that's
like,
New
are you guys
Jersey, that's
mad, or are
Philadelphia,
you just
and that's
like,
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Well,
three.
and,
right
and
there.
it's so the opposite of West Coast. I feel like the West Coast, like everyone's like fake nice to each other.
Yeah,
on the
East Coast,
like
we
no
don't
one
hide it.
actually.
We don't.
If
hide
someone
it.
asks how you are, they're actually asking how you are.
Yeah.
Here, on the West Coast, if someone asks how you are, they don't give two shits how you are. They're just like being
Well-
polite
Dang,
or being
that
nice
sucks.
for like yeah.
That sucks.
They don't.
But-
East Coast doesn't have time to have this fake persona that they're then
No.
trying to like be behind. They're
Legit,
just like,
Right.
yeah,
if
emotions on the sleeve.
if we hung around each other more, like every time any stranger I pass on the street, I say, "Oh, how you doing?" I'm genuinely asking how you doing. So if you don't say anything back to me, I feel offended.
Right.
That's
It's so true.
Wait. A24 did Euphoria?
No, they did.
I feel like they had their hand in it.
It looks like so here I am on Wikipedia, and it looks like they do a bunch of shows too. And
No way.
Euphoria is on the list, which
Well,
is
I mean, it matches
crazy.
their vibe for sure.
It does. Definitely
Yeah,
match their
every
vibe.
bit. Yeah, every bit of it.
But it's just crazy because it's like as I'm looking at this list, I'm like, I
No
didn't know
way.
A24 did some of these movies.
So it's
And
they're doing
They're
Marcel.
very successful.
They're
very
doing
successful.
Marcel with the show. They're doing Marcel. Wow, Marcel the
Can we
show
talk
with
about
shoes
that?
on. Oh my word!
Did you see the trailer for that yet?
I think I did. I
So
think I
that's
did.
that's a YouTube,
That's a
either
classic
a YouTube or
YouTube
a
video.
Vimeo.
No,
Is
YouTube.
it YouTube or Vimeo?
It's YouTube.
Okay.
Like 10 years
And
ago.
it was
10,
like
12 years ago.
So funny. It's this little like snail with like the voice, and
Yeah.
the voice is forgot her name. She's the girl on Parks and Rec that's like, Daddy, money, please.
Wait,
I forgot her name.
Love you too, Daddy. Money, please. My money. Money, please. Money, please. Money, please.
Ben, give her some money. It's easier.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's
they're doing a
funny.
full length.
Film.
About her?
No.
About the Parks and Rec
about
girl?
No.
about the
but
shell, dude.
Marcel.
Marcel's like story. It's gonna be like
Marcel the Shell.
it's
Wait,
like
what
a
are you talking? Well, what is Marcel?
You don't know that? That's like OG
I don't-
YouTube.
That's
I
OG
don't know
YouTube.
what you- okay. I wasn't on the internet until I was like.
It's kind of
25.
like a mix of animation and stop motion.
Yeah.
I know it's stop motion. It's
Stop
not
motion.
animated.
It's stop motion. Yeah.
I mean, they don't have pieces that are
CG.
animated, but I'm excited for it because. Yeah,
it's,
well,
it's such a wholesome little guy.
they would do
They
that
would
and
do
make it a
that.
full movie and like target the
Find
people
some
who
story.
our era that
Yeah.
have related to it in the past.
Yeah.
because I feel like my parents have no idea what A24 is, but it's like, but they know what
Yeah, my dad
like
sure
Paramount
doesn't.
Pictures are or whatever.
Right,
It's like
Paramount, Fox, Searchlight,
yeah.
Disney. You know, 'cause they kind of
Disney.
own everyone now.
Yeah.
I do wonder,
Focus.
is Gen Z into A24?
probably, yeah, for sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially,
yeah.
all the edgy stuff,
oh.
all the edgy films.
Krusty Rusty in the chat said, "Yes, we are." I love that. I want to be Gen Z so bad. That's the truth.
Nah,
I hate Gen Z because I want to be it. I don't want to get old and be lame.
Yeah, if you guys aren't in the Discord, by the way,
Yeah.
it's actually
it's popping.
hilarious.
It's popping. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all
So
rock.
basically,
After
we record in
after-
the Discord, so there's a chat, so we can be referencing the chat and hear what everyone has to say. It's honestly fantastic.
Someone wrote Bing Bong after we talked about the East
Bing
Coast.
bong. It's a hard house season, yo. I love that one.
It looks like okay.
So funny to me.
A24's
So funny.
highest grossing movie was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, everybody loved that.
Which
I haven't
which
seen
is,
it yet.
Which is new. Which Taylor, I think, in one of the previous episodes,
Bing
said
bong.
she actually didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
because it was overhyped. Which
Mm.
is
Oh.
a classic movie faux pas. Too much hype, too much expectation.
Wait, is there a movie just called X? Like there?
Yes,
it's just
that,
the
that's what I said
letter
earlier.
X.
It's a
Yeah.
weird, raunchy, pornographic horror film. That's what it is.
Okay. Oh yeah, a production
right up
team
Caleb's
filming
alley.
a porno finds themselves in danger while staying in.
It's. I didn't see it yet, but I saw the trailer. Like, oh my god, I can't do this.
Yeah,
X looks great.
That's probably not for me.
It's not
Probably
for
not for me.
My wife
Probably-
will question everything
Probably
about
for
our
people that are
marriage.
into that though. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh, Disaster Artist. I'm looking at this list right now. It's the one about like.
Oh,
do you
yeah.
guys-
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
ever
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that movie?
yeah.
It's like
the
it's like
room.
the
It's called
viral
the.
bad
It's called the
movie.
room. It's called the room. Yeah,
Yes. It's
I've
about the
seen that
making of
so
The
many
Room.
times. I haven't seen Disaster Artist, but I've seen The Room multiple times. It's such a.
Oh,
fun-
hi,
it's such a-
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I do think
Oh,
what
hi, Mark.
What A24
You're
is tapping into better
tearing
than
me
any other
apart.
production studio.
Sorry.
Any other production studio, A24 is better at this, and that is tapping in to
Cult classics.
pop culture.
Yeah.
They took this viral thing that they knew everyone kind of knew about, and they made a movie about making it. Like even the Shell thing that you guys are talking about. Like A24 has their pulse on culture better than any other studio.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
say.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why everyone loves it, because you feel like they're making movies for you versus making movies to like make money, if that makes sense. Which
Oh,
of course
yeah.
they're making money, but it's like they're tapping into these sub niches.
Yeah.
that
I also think
we're
they're
a part
just
of.
they're just really kind of getting past all the red tape of Hollywood too, right? Because
Right.
Hollywood went to greenlit like half these films, right?
Right.
So yeah, they're really digging into that.
They're
You know-
they're very much like the indie rock band of
Right.
film production. I feel like
Right.
like all
I-
this. Yeah.
I thought I was going to be dying on the hill of A24 movies are super overrated, but now I'm kind of
But you kind of like you love it.
A24 is kind of sick.
You
It's kinda
love
sick.
it.
Like I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
You're back on the
dying
trade.
I'm dying on the hill that like they make good movies. Not all the movies are great, and that's okay. I guess I don't know.
That is okay.
Wait. Okay. Hold on.
Hold up.
I might be
Wait a
back
minute.
on overhyped. They have a menu option on their website called A24 Auctions, and I clicked on it. Are they auctioning off stuff from movies?
Yeah, dude, they've
Like,
been selling their
set props.
You know
Yes.
the they have the
that's
screenplay
weird.
books too. They've been
Why's that
selling.
weird?
I don't know.
They're trying to
Like-
every film they put out, they try to make it to a cult. So they're gonna merchandise the heck out of that stuff.
No, they're selling a little science vial from Disney's Flubber.
I would actually buy that, to be honest.
Bro,
'Cause
I love-
I
You
love
would-
Flubber.
you would- that
I
is
love
such a
Flubber.
Joshua thing to get.
It would just be in the
Robin
back of his-
Williams, Flubber, come on.
Yo, Flubber was epic. We watched that
So
so many
good,
times as
so
a family.
good, yeah.
When they when they finally put it on the shoes in the basketball scenes and we're jumping super
I
high.
was like, yo, I need Flubber in my life.
I hardly remember Flubber. Like,
Oh,
I'm
dude.
like trying to think. I'm like, what is
Oh
Flubber?
man, yeah, Flubber is great. I watched it every time it came on television. Disney and
Flubber.
then like
And just the name and the color. It reminded me of kind
Right.
of like the Nickelodeon slime, I
Yeah,
think, at the
exactly
same
what it-
era. So it was like, oh, bright green, Flubber.
wow, there's some the Jackass movie.
Oh, so that beaker, the final bid, I'll screenshot this and put it in the YouTube video, but the
How much did it
beaker
go for?
sold for $205. That's not
Uh,
bad.
that's not bad actually.
That's like I thought you were gonna say 205,000.
yeah, I thought
I
it
mean,
was
it's
like
Flubber, bro. It's not like
Yeah,
It's
dude,
not
like,
like-
it's
the
Flubber,
Titanic,
bro.
It's not the Titanic. Dude, if it was real Flubber and it
like
actually
it was
had
like the
some
actual
like magic
the green
powers.
juice.
they have a
Yeah.
Kill Bill Volume 1 sword.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
I
pretty
like
cool.
Kill Bill
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So they have their
Both
films, they have
volumes.
TV, they have their merch, they have this auction thing.
Flight
What is
plan.
screening room?
Keychains.
Is that how you can? Oh, it looks like you can pre-order. It looks like it's a thing on their website where you can get in early to a screening, and there's limited seats.
love to go
It
to
says
a
sold
screening.
out on this one, so it's like a certain time and date,
They
$20.
have a Men in Black
that's cool.
keychain.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like there is a lot of less red tape where it's kind of there running the show, and they have kind of like they can do things a little bit different, which I do appreciate them pushing the envelope of
The
like
envelope.
maybe they're dude, maybe A24 is saving the film industry.
Honestly, not to get too overhyped.
I just
but
like
it
to
does
say
seem
hot
like
takes.
it does seem like there would be an argument. I'm sympathetic to that
Yeah,
argument.
yeah.
That A24 is somewhat keeping the film industry relevant to like
Yeah.
a younger audience.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right.
And their merch is fire. Like they do all these different runs. Like whoever runs their merch, like it actually looks sick. It's kind of like the Kodak. Like A24 is to filmmakers as like Kodak is to like photographers. Because like photographers love Kodak
yes.
merch.
Yes.
It's like so nostalgic.
Yes.
Somehow A24 in these 10 short years has become that.
Wow, they have a membership plan. You can
No way.
be an annual or monthly subscription, and you get stuff. You get zines. You get merch.
Man, I wonder how many people work. I mean, it's got to be
I'm
massive at this point.
inclined to do this.
Okay, so interesting enough, we're
Yeah,
talking
wait,
most.
They have like these photo books and stuff.
Yeah,
Dude, this
yeah.
is sick.
It's really
Okay,
good.
A24 is sick.
Niles is
Sick,
back,
actually.
and he's an
I
advocate.
hate that I'm back though. But
Alright,
Lighthouse
I'm
still
making
sucks.
an account right now. So
Lighthouse still sucks. I want to watch it now. Do you think I'd like it?
I'm a-
the
I'm a-
lobster too. The
I'm
lobster?
a sucker for square format anyway, so that's why I'm like,
Did you guys see the lobster?
what's the lobster?
It's an A24
No.
movie. It has Colin
Farrell?
Yes, Colin Farrell.
Colin
okay,
Farrell
so that,
is such a good
Or like
That
Swiss
James-
Army Man with
James
freaking
Franco,
Harry
Colin
Potter.
Farrell. I feel like that crew, that like James Franco, Colin Farrell. What's the dude? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I feel like they're all like
Yeah.
these like film buffs that like
Right.
kind of roll in this circle. But okay, I will say too, we were talking mostly films. On their website, it looks like now these big conglomerates, Netflix, Peacock, HBO, Apple TV, they're all doing some type of collab with them where A24 is
Yeah.
producing it.
Yeah.
So they are basically all those big companies want the vibes, and now they're getting the
want the
vibes by just
vibes.
working with them, and A24 is cashing that check for sure, which is
Bank.
shout out to David in the chat. He wrote A24 is properly rated. I agree with that,
rated.
dude. A24 is properly rated. It is hyped, but for the right reasons.
Guys, these like screenplay books are so cool. Like there's one for Moonlight, one for Uncut Gems.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
They are awesome. It's
Are you
basically like a
under the
screenplay
shop?
with visuals. Yeah, just right now I'm just diving into the shopping cart.
Oh my word.
Their website is nicely laid out too. It's really big.
Yeah.
We are
It's
just
u- it's
gassing
unique.
up
It's,
A24 so hard right now. Shopping on their, we are online shopping
this took
A24 as a podcast.
I just signed up for the membership, so
No, you didn't. How much is it? How much is it?
I did that annually, so $55 a year. That's
Oh.
not bad.
Wait.
That's not bad.
What do you get?
So let's see. Let's run through this real quick. So if you go to the AAA 24, become a card member. So you get access pass, everything 24. So you get perks. So you get sent monthly zines. So there's a subscription for the zines.
That's sick.
You get exclusive merch and discounts. You get a membership pin, early product access, VIP treatment. So, yeah, I'm down for this. I kind of want to see the zine, what this is going to look like.
Right.
I mean,
That's
so
cool.
funny.
You get birthday perks.
Birthday perk. That is so lame. Hey,
Hey,
A24
I'm
wants
hyped.
what you have.
I'm
There's just like
hyped.
this automated email that's supposed to be like they're supposed to like feel like you're talking to you, but they're not.
I know, right? They're
well,
not.
if only we had an affiliate link to go sign up for the A24.
I know.
The A24 membership. But hey, that's
What if
still
we
pretty
get,
sick.
what if we got on set for one of the A24 productions? That'd be insane.
That would be goals for sure.
Let's
That would be
work up.
goals for
Let's work
sure.
up to that. Let's work up to that.
Okay, speaking of A24 being on this cool creative journey, should we do some updates on where you guys are at with projects you're working on, things we got in the pipeline? How's
Yeah,
how's
for
Sunny
sure.
16 going? Let's hear it.
Also,
let's do
should
that.
also what's in your cup? Just because before,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause Taylor
I
always holds
like-
us accountable.
I got
yeah, I
got
made
11
a
minutes
nice
on my
iced
cardio.
latte in this cool cup. Yeah, it was iced. Got milk. I got a little salted caramel flavoring, just
Ooh.
a touch. Yeah.
So one
it's a-
thing I've been making with my new bougie espresso machine is just
Bougie.
Americanos, and they're great. They're great.
Mm.
So
That's
I'm-
awesome, man.
I still have my single O in here, but I will be doing more Americanos soon. So, yeah.
got-
Yeah. Sunny 16, what's going on, y'all?
What's
We
going
are-
on?
We are moving along steadily.
We're
I mean, Niles and Caleb have been working their butts off. All of us have, but like Niles is bringing in deals. I've been trying to, get my feel around other clients slowly coming in.
we basically
Um,
just established our like
Oh, yeah.
official business
We're-
license and everything. So
business
we're now
license, bank account.
a creative studio
Yeah.
on our own 2 feet. Moment is still like supporting us for a bit, but like the ideal goal is that we actually bring in jobs, bring in enough sponsorship work /
Yep.
we want to do more production work
Mhm.
that we can stand on our own 2 feet and then really
Yes.
keep going from there. So that's
It's
this
a lot to
podcast is
juggle.
more of an outlet
Yeah.
of just like it's just this is the fun side of it.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, the projects we can get should be fun too. But
Yeah.
if anyone out there needs
Sunny
help, needs
16
work,
and A24. That's a nice ring. too,
Yeah.
by the way.
We're gonna get our-
A24, if A24, needs some production help, we're
Yo,
here.
hit us
you know.
up, bro.
you know, if they wanted to buy us out, because now we're official we're official company, official creative studio.
Yeah, we've been a registered
run-
company for all of when this comes out.
All
a
of
week,
2 weeks?
So
A
congrats
week,
to
yeah.
us.
We'll
Oh,
run your social. We'll run that social. for
David
y'all.
in the chat, what do you mean it's not all fun, dude? I hate sending emails, and I have to do that like all the time.
Yeah. Keep email threads up. Send out pictures.
Caleb doesn't
you
like
know.
any producer side of
I hate
this
producing.
world. Yeah.
I
Which
love,
that is something that now I'm realizing, like, if we had a producer to help, like, plan
you're pretty
all
good at
these
it.
things. I know, but
You're pretty- you-
I have a hard time of wearing a creative hat and a planning hat. Like, the
Yeah,
producer
yeah.
side of me
Mm-hmm.
can work, but then if I have to then segue into, like, now I need to make something, it can be really hard for me mentally
to make that
like, do
transition.
that,
It's,
to make that
it is
transition.
tough. Yeah, it's very tough
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people don't do both in the industry. So it is something that
Yeah.
we'll bring you guys along with our
We'll
growing
revisit.
pains. We've been talking to a production studio about getting on their director's roster, which for us is a massive, for me personally, is a big lifetime goal.
Huge.
Of just like a really cool thing. So hopefully that happens.
But the cool thing with that potential deal is that at first we would come on as not like commercial directors. It's potentially as like all these bigger brands want like social content more
we'll be
or
the,
less.
We'll be the
and
expert
we've
content
done
creators.
and we've done a
Yeah.
lot of social content. Like they want the but it'll be like big budget social content. I'm not sure like exactly how that
Right.
will work, but it could be really cool.
It could be really cool.
One thing I want to get better at too, because I know I'm more on like less producing, more creative side. I like camera stuff too, but I do want to get better at like realizing how important like writing is. So
Right.
not necessarily like writing the producer type of stuff, but more of the creative like.
Right.
I'd like to get better at like
Yeah.
understanding how like actual like
Well, if you
commercials
want to
are
be
right now.
if you want to be the best prompt writer in all of AI art, then you better start writing.
Yeah, right.
dude.
Prompt crafter, bro.
Writing without bullshit.
Prompt crafter. Oh, that's so good.
Writing without
cool.
bullshit. Okay.
Check that out. Yeah, that sounds
Sick.
interesting.
Thanks, Ben.
Well, is that all we got today, gentlemen? Sorry
guess
Taylor
so.
wasn't here, but
I
she'll be
know.
here next week. A24
Taylor's
Movies.
a fan
This was
favorite.
good. This was good.
Right.
Wait. Final thoughts, just so we can have a nice YouTube chapter marker and
Yes.
I think
You know,
if you
if-
want to get away from mainstream movies from Hollywood, A24 is the way to go. Straight up.
Right.
Straight
Is there anything else like this right now that's even more core and small that people should be aware
Probably
of?
look
that you
on
guys know
Vimeo. I don't know.
Right. All those
don't-
like.
Film
I don't think
festivals.
Do you guys
The-
do you guys
well,
follow
the-
film festivals? Or
Say what?
No, I mean,
do you guys follow
just,
film
just the
festivals?
major ones, just the major ones.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I don't
South
like
by-
go watch everything from Sundance or
Yeah, or
Cannes.
or
I think it's
Southwest.
Cannes, right?
Con, TIFF.
Right.
What's the other one? South by Southwest.
South by Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I would hesitate from walking into a conversation and saying, "Oh, I love A24 movies."
Yeah.
Because to me, that's like such a blanket statement that I hear a lot. Where it's like, okay, well, they release like what 20 films a year or something, or they're a part of like a ton of films a year. Like which one? Because to me, it's like if you're talking about Lobster and Lighthouse, I'm thinking probably not. But if you're talking about, if you're talking about mid-90s and Uncut Gems, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. You know, so I feel like for me, that's what created my distaste for A24.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm supposed to like it.
Right, but also like if there wasn't like bad films that A24 was producing, we wouldn't be talking about it. It'd just be like praise, and then we just kind of move on. So the fact that it's
Right.
such a mashup of just so much stuff, good and bad, we have something to talk about, and it keeps that. It's sort of what Apple does, right? I hate the
Right.
Apple Magic Mouse, the way it charges. They
Yeah,
know they
right
did
here.
that. They did that on purpose, right? They did it on purpose so we can actually continue to have their companies in our mouth because we're going to talk about it. So it's kind of like what 24. You know what I mean? It's that's what they're doing.
That reminds me of a Starbucks campaign where they purposely would misspell people's names on cups because you
They
were more
always do
likely to
that.
like post about it if your name was wrong. So you'd get like
It's the
Josh, and
psychology,
you'd be
man.
like Gosh, and you'd be like, what the hell?
No,
like,
no, straight up. I'll say, name Joshua. Okay, Josh. No, Joshua. And then there you go.
yeah. For Niles, it was always Nials or just Nails. Nails. Like nails. Oh, it always killed me.
I got the best one I've got. I got a few funny ones, but Kaylub. I'm not joking.
What?
Caleb.
Caleb.
I'm like, you have never.
But most likely,
yeah.
you would never send your name correctly
posted-
spelled to someone. You would send your name spelled
Oh, I
silly.
Instagram storied that one. Yeah.
Exactly, and then
Yeah,
everyone knows
yeah.
that Caleb Babcock is at Starbucks.
What would you guys say? Do you guys think, and I'm sure you do,
I got 4
that
minutes.
A24 is getting pitched just tons of ideas all the time?
Oh,
Yeah.
they are the cool kid on the block.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
the cool kid on the
Every-
block. They are
every
the tastemakers
indie director-
of,
Right.
Yeah. Any
And I
indie
bet
director has legit screenplay.
Their
Yeah.
selection process is got to
Right.
be like someone has to have like you're saying, finger on the pulse. I feel like in order to get something greenlit by A24, it has to be like you probably have to have so much passion behind it, or it has to be like a light bulb type of thing.
Right.
Or you have like an Adam Sandler who's like maybe you've already like got him on the hook for being an
Established,
actor in
yeah.
it. But
yeah.
Right, because A24 does need those. Like a movie like Uncut Gems to me was more of a box office hit than something like a mid-90s, which was smaller. I also think that the only core, the only comp to this that's core and good would be Wes Anderson, right? Because Wes Anderson has his style, does a bunch of great films. I like Wes Anderson, somewhat
Yeah.
similar to A24, where it's like everyone kind of just says they love it, but like which movie? Because I don't like every Wes Anderson film either. There's some that I like more than others. But I love dry, dark humor. To me is like so up my alley. So
yeah. Did you see The French Dispatch?
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
Oh, dang,
it was kind of like
that's pretty good.
It was kind of a COVID release, so I haven't. You know, I was like,
it's pretty
I haven't
good.
seen it yet.
I loved Isle of Dogs so much.
Isle of Dogs
but
is great too.
I mean, all of
Dude,
his
the
are
Royal
classics to me.
Tenenbaums
Yeah.
is so good. The Royal Tenenbaums is so
Grand
good.
Budapest
Fantastic
Hotel,
Mr.
Moonrise
Fox.
Kingdom, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my top for sure.
So good.
Oh, I will say too. What was I gonna say?
I got 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes
What? On your.
on my card
What?
because
Oh, it's
Fuji's
full?
yeah, it's getting the full. It's funny. It's a full. It's
Alright,
a
well,
yeah, it's clean, but anyway.
I'm sure this episode, the last like movies episode we've done, hasn't done super well, but this was a pivot, literally within 5 minutes of hitting record.
Yep.
So next week, come
Top
back
tier.
and Taylor will be back on. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this
Stay on the sunny side, y'all.
this has been on Niall's like back burner for a while. So
It has.
It's
I
out
wanted to
there
get this
now.
off my chest.
It's out there in the
for-
wild now.
for a
smash
while
like on
now.
this video
Yeah.
for the algorithm.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
go theoretically die on a hill for something that you believe in. Thanks. All right, see you guys.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.